So one of the things that's going to happen is your graphs are not necessarily going to be all nice, small, and compact, and easy to draw and easy to look at. So there's two important concepts which help you describe the overall look of the graph. And that is the minimum and maximum degree of the graph. And the words kind of tell you what they mean. So if you're asked for the minimum degree of the graph, it's asking you for the smallest degree value of any of the vertices, because it's going to create the minimum and maximum degree of a graph. It's going to create bounds in which you'll be able to know how much the vertices are connected to each other. So the minimum degree of a graph, it is basically the lowest vertex degree value of any of the vertices in the graph. And it is denoted by the lowercase delta. In case you don't know what delta is, it's that symbol over there. So what this is saying, it is saying it's the minimum degree of graph G. And then you have the maximum degree, and it's obviously the biggest degree value of any of the vertices in the graph. Maximum degree of a graph, and it's denoted by capital delta, which is just basically a triangle. Okay, and again, it's saying it's the maximum degree of graph G. So let's just rewrite that again. Maximum degree of graph G. So let's do an example. And let's draw a graph. Right, so we have a graph over there. Now, if you had to go and find out the degrees of every single vertice, that's actually what you do when you find out the minimum and maximum. You look at the degrees of every single vertice. But in this regard, it's a little bit easier to see the minimum degree because there's an isolated vertex there. Can't get lower than 0. Okay, so you know what the minimum degree is equal to 0. So what's the maximum degree? So now you can go ahead and find the degrees of all the different vertices. If you go look there, you have this one over here is 2. That one is 1. 1 is already bigger than 2. That one is 1. Again, 1, 1, 2, 3. So the maximum degree is 3. Okay, so you go work out the degrees of all the vertices. So if I had to label this, I would have B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, and B6. I'll go calculate the degree of B1, the degree of B2, and so on. And then I'll take the smallest value and the largest value. And that's it. It's just giving you a very broad description of what the graph can look like by indicating how many connections it has and how little connections it can have, like every node of the vertice.